AJ.
Hey, what did you say, Mr. C? I heard you whisper to me. Say night, turn out your light, so we can see the sounds running through me. I'm here just like the tide, and I'm taking a ride, going nowhere, looking for tomorrow. Daytime, don't wait for me. I take it slow, do it.
Send me the pillow that you dream on. Don't you know that I still care for you? Send me the pillow that you dream on. So darling, I can dream on it too. Each night while I'm sleeping, oh so lonely, I'll share your love in dreams that once were true.
Good afternoon, Trinidad and Tobago.
So long for you to write.
Top of the afternoon to those of you on the web.
Just a memory's all that's left.
Those of you locking us down locally, regionally, internationally.
Send me the pillow that you
Wherever you're listening to my voice, I say thank you so much for choosing me.
know that I still care for you.
My name is Isha Wells, and I'm in your company today.
The pillow that you dream on.
Today.
I can dream on it too.
Until about 7 o'clock, yeah? My DJ AJ is on the inside as we groove through this segment now. Music to make you cuddle. It's overcast in downtown Port of Spain, so we putting you in that vibe. As we continue to promote Text to Win right here on the Street 919 FM.
While I'm sleeping,
Remember, this week you're winning $1,000 worth of groceries from ADC Supermarket. 1,000 smackaroos, guys.
so long for you to write me.
So don't stick. You need to take out your phone right now
All that's left of
and text 9191.
Send me the pillow that you dream on. Don't you know that I still care for you?
Remember, you're including my name in the comments.
Send me the pillow that you dream on. So darling, I can dream on it too.
So Trinidad and Tobago,
Pillow that you dream on.
we're texting to win.
Don't you know that
Let's go.
I care for you? Send me the pillow that you dream on. So darling, I can dream on it too.
Everyone is crying out for peace, yes. None is crying out for justice. Everyone is crying out for peace, yes. None is crying out for justice. I don't want no peace. I need equal rights and justice. I need equal rights.
in your church on Sunday, thinking who you're gonna screw Monday, who you're gonna thief, who you're gonna rob. Take it as me till you say you can't fool God too. Every day you ball out, da-da. Call yourself a dreadlocks Rasta. Terrorize the people on your lane, cause I saw you get wicked when you lick the coke. By his deeds shall a man bend down. Wanna ask you for a piece of bread, you give him stone. By his deeds shall a man bend down. Nanty up your head and worship Babylon throne. By his deeds shall a man bend down. Straighten up your liberty and don't bow down. By his deeds shall a man bend down.
I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do. Cause Rastafari by the guidance. I'll never say what they daddy just say. For Emperor Selassie I trust and obey. Rasta words of his substance. I'll never go where the pagans go. Never do what the heathens do. Cause Rastafari by the guidance. I'll never say what the wicked heart say. Neither will I walk in the council no day. All the eyes be no God. So mythology and illusion I'll be always burning. Corruption and confusion will be shown in the admin. Careful the Rastaman with your false doctrine, your false teaching. Oh, what a sin thing. Justice in disguise, it's salvation that you're seeking. From the throne of David, yeah, it's obvious that you're drifting. You have no respect for the king of all kings. So we say what the others said not.
For the moment you're feeling right, yeah, the moods and the tides are high, yeah. Say you never knew it, say you never knew it till a Rasta man come in your life. For the moment you're feeling right, the moments and tides are high, yeah.
One of my favorite artists, we're talking about Norris Man.
Norris man come in your life. I pay no dues, I sent no rose to you. I make myself most available. So when you see me, you could look into my eyes. I tell you the truth and I will never say a lie. All years of your life, memory.
Like the video, share it live.
For the moment you're feeling right, the moods and the tides are high, yeah. Say she never knew it, say she never knew it till Calibut come in your life. For the moment you're feeling right, the moods and the tides are high, yeah. Say you never knew it, she said she never knew it till a Rasta man come in your life.
If I want see we strive, so them set all bad road in our life. Oh yeah, them if I want see we strive, so them set all bad roads in our life. Oh, but I know what's burning you, but mine not kill you. I know what's burning you, no love in your heart, no love in your soul too. Them if I want see we strive, so them set all bad road in our life. Oh, Jah, them if I want see we strive, so them set all bad road in our life. You talk to heads of government, me tell no chief of staff. Look how much ghetto look dead in the ghetto what they da. Suffering children on the street at night. Abuse them for their culture and their equal rights. There's no gain in the absence of your culture. Be strong. Two people remind my youth.
Like the video, share it live. Remember, we're taking voice notes to 771-1791. Bring back that Kalonji for me. Bring him back.
Bless them those who trust in him, Emperor Haile Selassie the Almighty. Then again, in the mid, no, you're being it something all. 1, 2, I stick on lunch there. There's no gain in the absence of your culture. Be strong. Two people remind my youth, never forget where you come from.
So for those of you texting 919 in the live and sending me 919 on WhatsApp, you have to send a text message from your cell phone, okay? So you go into your text message, open it up, and text 919 in the sender's name and include my name in the comments. That's the only way you could win.
love your child, dignified. Now, righteous woman.
I never let go. I never let go. Jah will never let me down.
Let me say good afternoon to my boo locked on and listening. I love you like cook food, boy.
Jah will never let me down. Come along and let's labor in the vineyard. Come, let's labor in the vineyard. Come, let us cultivate the fruits of our hearts. Because no man can take any without Jah. He is my God and my protector. That's why me love him more than words can express. Or he won't pick me up from all of the mess. I'll never let go. I'll never let
Can I request a song, AJ? Can I request Only You by Jackie, please? I have a serious message I'm trying to send out. All who didn't want to hear it, go hear it today. Let we go.
let me down. We got to stop all the violence and violence. And just a show my love in the audience. See, I know Jah never gonna let me down. No, no, no. On the Manuela, you already come. Them cannot touch the positive because me a survivor.
Love is lovely, war is ugly.
The wicked have a feeling.
Send those voice notes to 771-1791.
See, my life has been a struggle for a long, long time. Whoa, whoa, whoa. But I love you above my Jesus. You are so deep. I'll never let go. I'll never let go. Jah will never let me down. He's the driver of my vehicle. I'll never let go. I'll never let go.
This one is for all the lovers on the outside. This one is for those of you who love your significant other all.
Anytime you need a lover, call on me. I'll be waiting. Anytime you
Let me find out you can't spell it no AJ. I said Jackie Only You know. Alright, he finding it. Let me play some voice notes while he select my tune, please.
want me, baby girl, I want you. We grew together from way back when she was 9 and I was 10.
Good afternoon, Isha Tobago in the house here. Just relaxing here and mellowing to the music, bringing back sweet memories of long ago when I used to go my little party in my youthful days, man. Oh God, Princess Building Ground, here I come. Maritone Panyard, here I come. Oh Jesus Christ. AJ, loving the vibes. Aisha, I locked on and listening and waiting to hear your topic. Tobago in the house.
Afternoon to Jacqueline Hughes.
He's loving me, I'm loving him.
Joanne B. Thomas, how you doing?
Anytime you need a lover, call on me. I'll be waiting. Anytime you need a lover, call on me. My heart is aching.
Good afternoon, Mr. Bagel. I know you know. You was the one who always used to be outside the party and them. You never have money to go in the party. You support P and them all your life. You never have money to pay by the door. You used to be outside all them party and them you call the. But with the jail is this, I know your face, Mr. Bagel. Oh, Lord.
You see why you just get licks? You see why everybody just come for you, Brooklyn? How you know Mr. Bagel used to be storming party and outside party and can't pay to go in because he paid? Look, find my love song, please, before we start this talk session? They're waiting to go at each other. Can I play my love tune? Thanks. Tell me why AJ wants to know who I dedicating this song for, boy. AJ, I had to tell you, I don't understand this at all. Why would AJ ask me this question earlier? No wonder you can't find the song. I just want you to know the countdown is on and we just have a minute to go before the talk segment start. Trinidad and Tobago and me and hear my love song yet for my whole boo listening. AJ, you play one verse and chorus. Look.
I never have
Good afternoon, Isha. Mr. Bagel, those are the Brooklyn. He's a big fan of yours. That's what happening with you. That was going on. He's a big fan of yours.
You bring me so much joy.
Brooklyn, when you see she hit you for 6, don't say nothing. You look fate, eh?
You made me come alive.
A minute to go. They're gonna go to the Royal Castle Soca hit. And when we come back, we jump straight inside. So much to discuss today. You don't want to go nowhere. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The Queen of Talk is on the radio. Alongside the best DJ on Street 919. I'm talking about AJ. You're going again?
I want to know who that's for.
You go right there and wonder. Who it for? Don't know who it for, eh? Just let me let you know.
It's just begun. You don't understand. Oh, girl, the full intent of my plan. But baby, I wanna be your sole provider. And baby, I wanna stay that way.
The Royal Castle Soca Shot on the Street 919. Thinking of what to have for lunch or dinner? Here's a meal tip from Royal Castle. Lots of us these days are at the gym, toning up, or into health and fitness of some kind. Maybe you're a vegetarian or fasting and need an alternative. Why not try Royal Castle Veggie Burger? The wholesome patty is made with oats, lentils, chana, potatoes, and carrots, and all Royal Castle's local flavors. Plus, it's topped with fresh salad and tomatoes, all inside a soft, warm bun. Give it an extra kick with the Royal Castle famous pepper sauce. Ask for it alone or as a combo with any side and a 16-ounce soft drink. It's the Royal Castle Veggie Burger. Our culture, our taste. That was the Royal Castle meal tip on the Street 919.
Royal Castle happily presents our New Year giveaway. When you buy a family meal, you could be in to win some happiness. A kitchen appliance combo of a new stove, fridge, and microwave. Whoa! A living room set, a washer-dryer combo, or a dining room set. Other goodies include Samsung Smart TVs, grocery vouchers, or one of 20 tablets. Just write your info on your bill and slip it into the entry box in store. It's easy to win with our New Year giveaway.
That was the Royal Castle Soca Shot on the Street 919.
We go wine and jam again. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We go bet again. Don't fret no.
Listen, don't stop. For the love of kind, so don't stop. For the love of jamming, don't stop. For the love of bacchanals that we want, I getting on bad. For the love of culture, don't stop. For the love of soca, don't stop. For the love of carnival, we jamming on, keep jamming on. It's a freeness when we jam. Good vibes spread across the land. Feel it in we friends. Release the energy. To know what it means to it. Yeah, I don't know the history. Yeah, when they fight we don't, we just find our way. We not giving up, no. And it don't take too much for this line to form a session, yeah. Cause we just innovate when it come to party, yeah. Yeah, the voice of Nelson and Shadow. Kitchen and Spoiler and Sparrow. Tidy band that I want to follow. You know we must celebrate. For the love of kind, so don't stop. For the love of jamming, don't stop.
Let me say good afternoon to Yasmin Alfred from the U.S. Virgin Islands, locked on and listening.
For the love of soca, don't stop. For the love of carnival, we jamming on, keep making a scene. When you see them take to the streets, every shape and size so unique. See the love we have running deep, could never replace you, not at all. It's a part of all of we. I know the sweetest melodies, rolling out our we like a tidal wave, wash all over me. And when the rhythm take it, just roll and ease the pressure. Whoa. We have a wine that's sweeter than sugar cane. Yeah, you can hear this fight so and stand up. Every single West Indian hollow. Even though them party can ram up, you know we still jamming hard. For the love of kind, so don't stop. For the love of jamming, don't stop. For the love of bacchanals that we want, I getting on bad. For the love of culture, don't stop. For the love of soca, don't stop. For the love of carnival, we jamming on, keep jamming on. Yeah, keep jamming on.
All right, keep jamming, just like the video and share the live. Go right ahead right now and like the video and share the live. So much to discuss Trinidad and Tobago. Where to begin? Today alone, so much has happened in Trinidad and Tobago. I have a lot to talk. We have 3 hours, so let me take with time, yeah? On top of the fact that Emil Elias was granted 100,000 bail for sexual charges against a minor, we have also making news to the hour. A murder victim's cousin calls for social intervention. That's the young man who was playing game on his phone and was shot and killed in a vehicle while waiting on his mother earlier this week. We have a woman who escapes arson following a quarrel with a male friend. And then we have at least 2 other reports of persons who would have caused bodily harm to others and committed suicide. I want to start here first, and probably we could filter out into other topics, you know. According to CNC3 news article, trauma bond is the main factor victims stay with their abusers. Story by Bobby Lee Dixon. According to the article, therapist Kahima Bayer says victims of abuse should never be labeled as weak or stupid, as is often described and attributed to them when they return to their abuser. Bayer, who specializes in domestic and gender-based violence counseling, says this is because victims often experience what is clinically diagnosed as trauma bond and usually return to their abuser because there is an attachment to them. Even though this is not necessarily the best relationship for me and it causes me pain, it causes me a form of trauma. And this person is at the behest of this person, and there is an attachment that builds up for this person and the repeated cycle of abuse. Bayer explained as the country continued to grapple with murders and murder-suicide, women in domestic violence-related affairs. Bayer, who worked with the Coalition Against Domestic Violence, says the trauma bond was a very deep-rooted psychological complex that most could not comprehend. She says in Trinidad and Tobago, there is an overwhelming ignorance of trauma bond in domestic and intimate partner violence cases. We absolutely do not have an understanding locally. A large majority of people locally, and I am going to go out on a limb without having any data to say, they don't understand this, and this is not common knowledge. Painting a scenario, she noted that a trauma bond is often the reason why, in many instances, when police respond to a domestic violence abuse call, when they arrive, the victim often changes their mind and pleads on behalf of the abuser, illustrating that the buildup of trauma bonds for victims of domestic and intimate partner violence, Bayer said it begins with what is known as a cycle of violence, which takes several phases. The cycle of violence, she states, starts with the honeymoon stage. It can be the beginning of the relationship, but it's throughout the relationship we're talking about. So you have the honeymoon phase where everything is good, roses, and you're showered with love and everything is everything. But she said the honeymoon phase graduates into the tension building phase, followed by an explosive phase, and finally the reconciliation phase, in which the abuser reverts to a degree or go back to phase one, which is the honeymoon phase. So it takes different cycles. Let's go through them. The honeymoon phase, where roses are red, violets are blue, Gail, I love you. Facts. You can't do without one another. Honeymoon phase. Honeymoon graduates into tension over a period of time or over accumulated amount of time. That's then followed by the explosive stage, where you see partner loses all control, you finally see the devil you're with. And then it goes back to reconciliation, where he apologizes or he's sorry, and then he goes right back to phase one, and the cycle repeats itself. She said this does not lead to a destructive confusion in the victim's mind, as it gives them a sense of false hope that the abuser is eventually changing or will change, and it also leaves them feeling psychologically trapped. Can we relate to this? When the abuser starts the cycle of abuse with the honeymoon phase, what most victims look at is the honeymoon phase and try to judge the relationship based on how good it was. So you go through the tension phase thinking, well, it's going to eventually get back to the honeymoon phase, because that's not how he is. He really is the honeymoon phase. And then it graduates to the explosive phase, but remember, that's not really how he is, because he's really the honeymoon phase. That's who he is. He's not the explosive phase. And then after the explosion, he goes back to being the honeymoon guy, and that's the guy you're familiar with, and that's the guy who you love, and that's the guy who you want to be with, without taking into consideration that all the different personalities that displayed itself within the relationship is in fact who the abuser is. But let's continue to read. She said with such victims, it's said to achieve definite breakthrough. Support was paramount and needed to be consistent, regardless of how many times the victims returned to the abuser. So in order to get out of this cycle, from what the therapist is saying, is that there has to be a concerted effort and a constant effort of support, regardless of how many times the victim returns to the abuser. You know, Trinis, one thing we don't have is patience. And as soon as we talk once and we talk twice, it could be yourself, it could be a friend, it could be a relative, what we do is we go back to the abuser To the extent where we shame to let people know we go back, so we ducking and we hiding. We so embarrassed to say we went back there that we hide it because we don't want anybody to know. And then we're judged because persons who find out say, look at she going back there. Me, not me. I don't get in man and woman business. How many times you've heard that before? She says having support of friends, family, co-workers, people believing they are important. What you don't want to say is, if you go back to him, I'm done helping you. And if you're a friend and a family member, then that is what you don't want to see. That is what you don't want to see. Or another thing you don't want to say to a person in an abusive relationship, if you are a friend or a family member, is, I am finished listening to you. Don't ask me for help again. That is not what you want to say, because you're dealing with a trauma bond and it's going to take some time, so ultimatums will not work. And most times, if the victim believes that she is in it alone because there is no support, then the only person she would believe supports and truly loves her is the victim that she returns to. Yeah? She said in case of survivors, it is important to help them gain financial independence. Additionally, she advised loved ones to offer survivors a safe place to stay when needed. Most abuse takes place in the context of isolation and silence. Survivors thus have a better chance of remaining safe when they are surrounded by a community. According to the statistics of the Inter-American Development Bank released in 2018, in Trinidad and Tobago, 1/3 of the country's female population has experienced intimate partner violence in their life. Behaviors of trauma bond victims are as follows, and take it down if you must. Refusing to leave the relationship, believing that the other person is powerful and knows everything. When things are calm, you idolize the person who carried out the abuse, believing that they deserve the abuse. Lingering impact of an abusive relationship on a survivor is as follows. Experience sleep problems, including nightmares and insomnia. Have sudden intrusive feelings about the abuse. Avoid talking about the abuse. Avoid situations to remind them of the abuse. Experience feelings of anger, sadness, hopelessness, or worthlessness. Have intense feelings of fear and have panic attacks and flashbacks. Trinidad and Tobago, we are talking about abuse. I have a number of testimonies to share with you guys today. And this is one of the many topics that I want to address on today's show. The lines are open. Feel free to call me on 3420081, 771-1791, 4665391, or send your voice notes to 771-1791. I will play them. Yeah, let me play some voice notes.
I said, good afternoon. I hear you, but what you're describing there is what us going with men. I feel right now men lashing out because the whole system against them. So men lashing out right now. Nobody ain't taking any time to find out where it is causing man to be getting on the way they're getting on right now. I'm not saying what they're doing is right, but they can't be looking at one side of the fence. For a light bulb to light, it needs a negative and a positive wire. When the two come together, then you will get light. So people need to look further than just, is a man thing. Because personally, I feel man has faced more abuse from women than women has get from men. But just that man don't talk. So instead of talking, they're lashing out.
And Murray, I am agreeing with you to some extent as to what you would have said in your voice note. And as someone who have been in an abusive relationship myself, I am saying that the trauma goes both ways because victims do blame themselves. You tell yourself that it's because of you the situation is happening. You tell yourself that it's your fault because of X, Y, and Z. And most times, because things are so toxic in the relationship, communication between two partners are broken down. They can't talk. They can't reason. And the lack of reasoning, I think, is what is causing the lashing out phase. But no amount of excuse, Maury, we must remember this as men and teach this to our sons. No amount of stress you could be under in a relationship with a woman should push you to the point where you would want to cause her harm. We must always remember this. There is no but and there is no excuse for it. We are a society of excuse makers. She look for it. What she do? Them woman and them just look for it. And some of us believe we do, eh? We believe we look for it. But the reality of the situation is no amount of problems a woman could put you under should result in you taking matters into your own hands and dealing this woman who you claim to love, who you claim you can't live without, putting them in a situation where they should fear you or you wanting to do grievous bodily harm to them. I think we should move away from the buts. Caller, you live?
Loving you house.
How you going, my brother?
That's good, my sister. I'm fine. You see, we're talking about, I know you're doing this, but you see, we're talking about if I'm take a little contribution and this, it's scary. I mean, you can get woman blame too, you can get man blame, but long time when I know you used to look for one rape a man in an area. Right now, it's 4 and 5 people sitting down and thinking about raping somebody, 4 and 5 men together. It's scary. It's not like a long time. When one rape a man would have to hide in the bush and the whole neighborhood looking for him. Can't have people doing this. So this is real scary for a woman right now, trust me. But what I'm saying, Isha, I listen to something going on in the radio all the time and people talking, especially where racism is concerned. I don't care on this conversation because like people forgetting. I just go down in the kindergarten stage when they reach that kind of conversation. Because it's only down there with the children and them alone understand one another. Look at what race there is, they're happy. And tell you that in the school. It's the big people that rotten the little children brains for this. Big people that do that when they were little children. They grand cool at each other, they know the different in a certain form. But there's big people doing this, they're so scary. Or they forget Jesus love the little children of the world. Red or yellow, black or white. The precious in his side. Big people know that. And if you just hear them on the radio, all the song and sending some negative signal. Knowing that Indians living between African between, all they sending some negative signal better. All it come like a form of inciting. And you only realizing when God make you an Indian, I am African, you are Chinese, you are European, you know exactly what you was doing. It come like all the clay axe in the pot what make this down. All it doesn't he only sell for big people. Big people. Man, children know what's going on, they know the different, and they love one another, happy with one another. When the big people going and rotten the children's brain, rotten the brain that they grow up with that, they stop them stupid thing on the radio. But it's big people loving you outside, Aisha.
Thank you so much, love in the house. Let me play some voice notes, get you guys in.
Yes, Aisha, Juliana in the house, Arima, Santa Rosa in the house.
Thank you for listening, Juliana. All the best to you and yours. The lines are open.
Aisha, Tobago in the house. Well, let me let him know, so I'm talking part of my business. You understand? Mr. Brooklyn. Yes, it have some of the parties and them. I was outside making the monies. You understand? Selling with my mother. So you could talk now. You could talk now. You understand? And it benefited me to help me go to school and make me the way how I am today. So that is why you have to stay in Brooklyn under the basement and talk your wishful thinking. So Aisha, I locked on and listening. I'm not going to let Brooklyn steal my joy.
Thank you so much. The lines are open. We're taking your calls. Remember, coming up in a short while, we are going to check out a video by Farmer Nappy. Yeah? Caller, you live?
Good afternoon.
How you doing, bro?
Happy to be alive. Now, it's a catch-21, 22 situation. And I'll tell you why. It is very sad on the heels of just after International Women's Day. And regardless to what a man say or do, a man could never be a woman. A man could never feel the pain that a woman feels. You see, sorry about that. I'll tell you, it is easy for everybody to run to social media, run to Facebook, and everybody may comment, well, why she don't leave him? But sometimes it's easier said than done when you have children. Sometimes the very said family members that you may take up yourself to go by. Sometimes there is an old saying, sister, see me and I'm talking in the vernacular here. See me and come live with me is two different things. And sometimes many women, they want to run, but where they're running to? And everybody's saying, well, leave him now, girl, leave him now. And it's much more deeper than complex than that. And to realize long ago, Aisha, I don't know if they have it now. What you would have get is a lot of battered homes for women. And I don't know if it's not existing. I know sometimes women would have run, they would have taken the children and go there. And I talking to you, but certain thing I wouldn't reveal.
Tabakit, we're going to check out the video by Farmer Nappy. Feel free to call me back.
Definitely.
So let's take in this video by Farmer Nappy, guys. Remember, Farmer Nappy is the reigning Soca Monarch champion for 2021. Such a bundle of energy. Big up your whole self, Farmer Nappy.
And you give it to me properly. All I saw, you don't like teasing. Yeah, and your body feel righty. And you hold me tighty. When you have like this, ladies, right now, I just wanna say I love you. And we don't care what they say. Give me a bad girl with a little attitude any day. Time to bash you now, look at me, and it just wants to play. And anything. All my independent ladies right now, they don't matter your race right now. Let's do. Your body feels so magical. Give me the jumpstart, baby, the need of a mechanical. We never fight up yet, but the thing get physical. Your body feels so magical. Girl, I say, body wet like the ocean, me and the coast guard. Shut up in front your door like you are the postman. Bitch, I don't need no filter, they on Instagram. Tell your body natural every time you post one. You was far from your heart, now you're the close one. Girl, it just goes to show that you are the chosen. Girl, you make me want to sing Sister Nancy song. When you move your waistline, me say what a mama, we don't care what they say. Give me a bad girl with a little attitude any day. Plan to mash you now, look at me, and we just want to see. Ladies, this is your song. In your house, start to wine. 1, 365 days of the year. Love you. Love you.
When you text on the Street 919 FM, you can win weekly fabulous prizes. Text to win. Using your B-Mobile or Digicel handset, text your name to 9191, which allows you to win. One winner will be selected every Friday at 5 p.m. Listen, text and win. You can also view live streams on Facebook at The Street 919 FM and YouTube at The Street 919 FM. Text to win on The Street 919 FM.
Are you tired of going place to place with no real solutions for your health concerns? Look no further and let our team at Louis Herbal Health Clinic take care of you with our amazing specials. Now offering iridology scanning, where we utilize a microscopic camera to detect hypertension, liver damage, a weakened immune system, and so much more issues in the body through the eyes. Iridology scanning is 100% safe and pain-free. Also available is our advanced 3D head-to-toe body scanning using the biophilia tracker, a one-of-a-kind radiation-free device used to detect all chronic diseases, disorders, and inflammation in the body in just under 1 hour. Free consultation with any service and the same-day results available. We are located on number 18 Parakeet Street, Tacarigua. To book, call or WhatsApp Shanice today at 278-1661 or find us on Facebook at Louis Herbal TT for more information.
At Health and Wealth Lifestyle, we offer a wide range of services: blood analysis, iridology, acupuncture, foot detox, foot massages, gua sha, hot stone therapy, fire therapy, legs and feet massage therapy, mineral scrubs, acrotherapy, cupping.
We also have a wide variety of supplements: silver, zinc and magnesium, body light, and lots more.
We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle operate our business in a clean, safe, and comfortable environment. We frequently sanitize our compound and abide by all the COVID guidelines that are currently in place.
So come on down to Health and Wealth Lifestyle, where we treat you like family. Book your appointment today. Call us at 1-868-275-8359.
Or 1-868-288-1108.
And remember, your health is your wealth, and prevention is always better than medication.
Dedicated to our hard-working nurses, Alternative International Comedy Festival. 2 North-South Super Shows. 200 nurses will receive complimentary VIP tickets to love non-stop by public demand, returning to Naparima Bowl, Saturday, March 13th, 7 p.m. and Sunday, 14th March, Port of Spain, Napa, 5 p.m. On stage, the nation's funniest stand-up comedians and dramatists. All the bacchanal and drama you want. 2 persons on 1 general ticket. Single tickets also available at Napa Box Office and selected JTA and Extra Food supermarkets. TicketGateway.com, Bellini's Drug Mart, Sutton Street, San Fernando. All health protocols will be in effect. For more info, call 774-5555.
Dad, I meet a real nice boy, and he wants to marry me.
Daughter, he working anywhere he could mind you?
He working in the oil.
He working Petrotrin?
No, Dad, he does fry pylori.
Royal Castle happily presents our New Year giveaway. When you buy a family meal, you could be in to win some happiness. A kitchen appliance combo of a new stove, fridge, and microwave. Whoa! A living room set, a washer-dryer combo, or a dining room set. Other goodies include Samsung Smart TVs, grocery vouchers, or one of 20 tablets. Just write your info on your bill and slip it into the entry box in store. It's easy to win with our New Year giveaway.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in Sangre Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. On Sundays, Ministry of Worship, Children's Hour, and the Word.
Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation. On Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call at 753-1113 or 239-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Now there's a new way to pay your electricity bill.
Quick pay your bills today. Quick pay, it's a whole new way. Online, pay your bill one time. Yes, there is a whole new way to quick pay for your electricity. Yes, they made it easy. Just enter your account number. 4 clicks and it's over.
Introducing Quick Pay, a new service from the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission that lets you pay your bill online with your credit or Visa debit chip card. Just enter the account number and contact information. Click Pay and you're done.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
From smile me know, since me a girl. Before you touch a woman, you feel ask her door. Don't fast the thing, that are the most high blessing. If you have a couple female siblings, then you know the thing. Teach them about them and predators. Know some boy dirty, that's why we need janitors. We catch them with a big fall that like tennis dog. Every dog me nah woman, dog go kidnap woman. I say me cap woman, dog why they go them sell woman? Yeah, I say me cap woman, or kidnap woman, them woman. Yeah, why they go them sell woman? Father God, me why you protect them? Cause me know enough of them standing here is a victim to what's happening in the system. Protect my girls, protect your girls. Them know why you for just to tell them how them is. So our ladies have to be able to walk the streets free. Walk on in every community. Them a lock up my but them a set free. Women are self-sufficient, well aware and financially independent. Women are the epitome of strength. That's why we have to keep on loving them. Women are self-sufficient, well aware and financially independent. Women are the epitome of strength. That's why
We're back 5 minutes after the hour of 5 o'clock.
my queen, I'm a little sis who know. My auntie always have a son in my dream. Taya, she a make sure me clean. My time at Alexa and Serenity. Me lem to the what? Don't ever run with it and family. Dog me now. Woman, dog go kidnap woman. I say me woman, dog why they go themselves.
Let me take this phone call before I play back some voice notes. Caller, you live?
Well, dear love and I'll tell you why. Since we're talking abuse, women, violence, let me throw you in the spotlight a bit. And hear what? But please respond to me as we go along. So imagine this afternoon, Prime Minister Isha Welch. So you are Prime Minister, but Dumorius Horsley is your friend, okay? And what happened, Dumorius Horsley now is getting huge contracts, okay? So you are Prime Minister Isha Welch. So is the Isha Welch administration as Prime Minister. But Dumorius Horsley now is your real friend. Dumorius Horsley getting huge contracts, $1 billion contracts. if it come to the limelight, Prime Minister Isha, that Demorius Horsley is now being charged before the court for having sex with a 16-year-old, would you still be friends in the wider arena with contractor Demorius Horsley? Answer me, and then before I go, I want to ask a follow-up.
Well, Tabakit, it's a ticklish thing for me to answer, you know.
Oh, but answer me, please. Now, you are the prime. Right now, you are the prime minister. Answer like you are the prime minister, and I will answer as the contractor.
Tabakit, make a contribution, and I may answer accordingly.
Hey, I love you. I never tell you that before. You're too intelligent. But nevertheless, Aisha, you really wouldn't answer me?
Tabakit, make your contribution.
What are you thinking so that you must be so where you going with it? But let me go there. So imagine Demorius Horsley, as I told you, I am friends. Yeah? And it comes to the fact now, Demorius Horsley, it's alleged before the court for sexual harassment, rape, you name it. Do you believe as Prime Minister, and I'll come up the phone and perhaps you will answer how you want. Do you believe as Prime Minister, you remember rape, you have the sexual offense list and all these things, and that's international. Remember, your parliament, you would have passed this. Would you still be friends with this person? Or the big question, whether or not if there is certain contracts where you need to have a police certificate, a character, all these things. Could you give me an answer when it comes to sexual harassment, rape, all these things? Demorius Horsley is a major contractor, but I'm before the court for attempted rape. Would you, as Prime Minister, still give me contract, or would you, Prime Minister Aisha, still be friends with me, or what you would do? I'm off. Answer me off air. Thank you.
Well, I can tell you, Tabakit, you're really off and true. You're really, really off. Tabakit, at the end of the day, let me just say, I am a firm believer in the natural course of justice. You know, and if someone is before the courts for an allegation, then they should have their day to prove whether they are innocent or made to be found guilty in absence of evidence. And I think that's all I would say on the issue, Tabakit. I am in no position to make any announcements as Prime Minister Aisha on a matter that is currently before the court until it has been proven that the accused is in fact guilty. Then I'm free to do and say as I please. Call it live.
Aisha, why this man? This man trying. Are you so? You're in that intelligent. We understand what you're trying to, the picture you're trying to paint. Come on, man. Like, yeah, but when you hang up the phone just now, like they call them and tell them, yeah, what's going on? You missed one part of the news. So call and ask that question. Well, ever going on, Aisha Wells? You remember, as I tell you the other day, we had a man sing a calypso about a gentleman. He went before the court. He was in jail. You remember his name? Why didn't you call and ask Pandey at the time? And how much of them already? Look, right now, we have the former Attorney General before the court. Why don't you call and ask Kamala Prasad Bisasa if she win the election, if you would put him back as Attorney General? Eh? That's what I tell all the $5 give all to come to make these dotish contributions and make all they feel all intelligent. Well, they're not talking to dunces, you know. Who you feel you're talking to? Trying to link the prime. Wow. So if you get a contract, well, you ever go on the man don't get a contract is the company, NH International. So he could dead in the morning, NH International will still get the contract. Not so? Because H. Gilbert sing before the court and the daughter get contract under the People's Partnership. Not so? I shall always enjoy evening, ma'am. These set of clowns.
Thank you so much, Barataria. Take it easy. Call her your live.
I want to back up Barataria again. It's our man right now running for a political party in Tobago. He before the court. And for alleged sexual misconduct. He before the court right now. And you have a MP called Mr. Lee stand up in Parliament when they ask him about Tobago. He say, and we have Duke in Tobago? That was his response. I want Tabakit to talk about that. That's what you should be talking about. Not a man, you as Prime Minister or President or whatever you is, you're not in control of somebody else's action. This is the kind of stupid that's always looking for some little bacchanal because they have nothing to say negative about the PNM. 6 years and going, and all they can point to one proper allegation of corruption with this government. Great is the PNM and we shall prevail. I look on and listen, Isha.
Thank you so much. I'm playing some voice notes in a short while. Caller, you live.
Hi, Isha. How are you?
I'm good, brother. How are you?
Not too bad. Aisha, I want you to do something based on what it is we are hearing here today. Please, do some fact check. When it is Mr. Tabakit and Delights call and making erroneous contribution. The other day I was going and calling him, but I just didn't bother because I heard him talking some erroneous things about what was done and how great thou art, Madam Kamala Prasad Bissessa. But when it is you look on the international records, you see that the country has lost 30 points in the Global Competitiveness Index from 2010 to 2015, 20 points on the Corruption Index from 2010 to 2015. And so far we've been clawing our way back up to the top. So I want to find out, you cannot come and make it, and all it is they put so much of schools, and yet for all, the past Minister of Education, when it is he tried to bring that forth in Parliament, but smash him up. And he couldn't say anything but mumble and grumble that all those schools what they were claiming that they built was a lie. Aisha, you cannot allow people to be putting false information, like if it's real information, on the station, on the airways, to misguide the people. What you're supposed to be doing is giving people understanding of what is really happening, not with falsities and lies and personal opinion. You can have our own opinion. We can have our own truths. Aisha, you have a very good day.
Thank you so much, my brother. Peace and blessings to you. Let me play some voice notes.
Well, good evening. Aisha, on a serious note, when it comes to, the abuse, something that is taking place, the violence against women and all these different things. As Maurice said, we could go both ways because see on Facebook a big heavy-set woman beat a Rasta man in some bush real bad. So we just see it, But when we see it like that, when the woman beat the man, we all just laugh and we just ignore the fact that that is also abuse, But on a serious note, our woman is in trouble. And I got to tell you something, Aisha, go back to the parents. Parents, what we teach our children is what they're going to grow with, is what they're going to grow and keep in their mind throughout their lifetime. And Aisha was, if you put 10 men in a room and you ask them, 10 married men in a room and you ask them if they own their wife, if the wife belongs, they say yes. The reason why, if they own the woman, I should say, they will say yes, that is my woman. Aisha, the only person in life you have control over is yourself. The only person, when people start to understand and teach your children that the only person you have control over, marriage don't give you control over a woman, and that's where they go wrong, right? A man will go out there and be with every woman he with, and the day he woman make a mistake and go outside there with a man, whether she has, she sleep with the man or not, he would want to kill she for that. He just had to hear or see she with a man, and he want to kill she, and he with everybody in the world. You know why? Because he think he owns she, and that's the teaching our boy children are getting when they have a woman, that damn woman, that he owns she. And if we could teach our children differently, we could start to work on changing the way our men treat women in society. I shall have a good afternoon. Say one more thing to our African brothers and black men. Our African brothers, we have to remember, because a lot of times, when we look, we see is we making the mistake, and then we had to go down and sit down. We had to go and sit down in the prison, and then start to think. We're thinking now. When we should be thinking before we do what we do, we're thinking after we do what we do. We have to think before, because when it's after, it's too late. We have to remember that our women went through a lot throughout slavery, you know, and we couldn't help them then. We couldn't even protect them when they was being raped and all kind of things, beaten. We couldn't do nothing, right? Now is a different time. We could protect our women. Why are we now doing the same thing the oppressors did to our black women? We have to understand a lot of our black women are angry. They are angry and they don't know themselves how they are angry. I just had 4 of them just now, their mother and 3 daughters. And after I talked to them too, they were mad at me. The woman started to cuss me too. And she wrong, you know, but she cussing me because she's a woman. She feels if she cuss and she want to say all kind of thing, I go get angry, but I didn't get angry. And when I done talk to them, you know, the mother and she daughters tell me have a nice day. You know that they laugh and they go away smiling, happy, because they miss all what you saying there. Up to now I have not disrespect you. Up to now I haven't even called you the B word. Up to now I haven't said none of that to you. You know why? Because I love my black woman. And when I start to talk to them and they understand, I different to the normal men that is running to every day who would have cuss you and want to slap you down, and you know, that's not the way we treat our women. And if we could teach our children to be calm, to take a step back and just understand the woman and try to make she understand herself, we go have better relationships. Again, our woman is the same DNA they have from our ancestors. It's the same blood running through their veins, you know. So they would be a little upset sometimes, but we as the man now have to calm them down and protect them, not destroy them. Have a good afternoon. Isha, you read a whole script on abuse, right? And in less than 10 minutes, Tabakit come with he phone call and it gone right back to Kamala and Rowley. Shame on these men, boy. Shame on these men, you know. We try to find solution on how to guide the young people to understand, you know, the seriousness of our women and to, you know, stop the violence against women and these things, right? You read a whole script on that. And in 10 minutes time, it's back to Kamala, Rowley, PNM and UNC. Lord have mercy. Put a hand.
Hi, Isha. Hey, Tabakit. We know about Ramlagan and them losing the case, so don't come with this stupid talk so that you can throw people off. Talk about Ramlagan and them. Talk about them. They lose the damn case.
Mr. Isha Wells, good afternoon. What's that? Tabakit is a big man or a little child boy? For a big man who's supposed to be a national awardee. That's all the foolishness he can come up with, only controversy, and bacchanal, nothing positive for the nation. Cry there he gone. That man is a real limbs boy for a big man boy. Miss Wells, again, them fellas and them, you feeling them fellas and them is your friends. It's only on your program, them fellas and them just come with these foolishness and lies and propagating. They go cost you your work, you know. All right, you go ahead.
Isha Tobago in the house, yes. I love the topic that you have this evening. And it brings back a little flashback in my head in what used to take place with my mother and my stepfather, which is my little sister father. And here now, Aisha, you see what that person wrote is exactly truth. But it take that me and my step brother threatening to take my stepfather life in order for she to get out. In order for she to get out of it. And you know, I growing up after that was very easy for me. It was kind of tight. And I used to try to understand why my mother was so strict with me. And this is the reason why she was so strict that I could say, Aisha, I grow up to be a well-rounded person, in spite of do a little stupidness. You understand what we all do? We all do. You understand? And women of ourselves, we supposed to try to take a little pride in ourselves, Aisha. We need to do that and stand up strong. Watch your children and them once you have children in this abusive thing and say, yeah, this is not what I want for my children, and try and get out of it and don't look back. And the next thing we have to take with time to know the men inside out. Some of we does rush intake, and some of we doesn't know what type of person we looking in a man. I didn't really take my time, but I know what I wanted out of a man, and I said, thank God I get my husband. 30 years going strong, teeth and tongue knows me, but he never one day lift his hand to me. He does always say, if he tell lift his hand to me, he will pack his clothes and leave. Because also now I've been talking to the walls in the jail cell. So I shall locked on and listening.
Let me play some more voice notes. Just one more before I go back to the phone lines. Feel free to call me. Yeah, let's go.
Big man, I have no respect for Tabakit. Everything is politicized. Nothing educated for the young people to absorb, construct, and use usefully in their lives today. To change certain ways, negative ways they have. Everything is politics, boy. Oh gosh, boy.
All right, let's see who's there. Caller, you're live.
Good afternoon, Isha.
Good afternoon.
How are you? You okay?
I'm good, thanks for asking.
I cannot agree more with the last 2-3 callers concerning Tabaki. This man is he cannot be an worry. I don't know. He hasn't apologized for for saying those things on the 16th of February on the radio. Never apologize, but open your leg, mother leg, and put it up inside and all kind of thing. Gosh, man.
Thank you so much. I just want to remind you guys the topic that I discussed earlier on, before Tabakit's contribution, was surrounding domestic violence and abuse. And I see nobody attempted to touch it. Instead, we went down the trap that Tabakit would have set. While our women continue to fall victims at the hands of their abusers, I would really like to hear some men come out and address it, hopefully in this show. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon, Aisha, my duty darling.
My lover, my queen, how are you?
Fine.
Nice.
Aisha, you see that Mr. Brooklyn is here interfering with Mr. Bego?
Mr. Brooklyn has been looking for you trouble, you know.
He's very cantankerous. I am telling you, man, how she's a storm set and all kind of thing. You see how he's looking for his own trouble?
You telling me about he?
And Mr. Tabakit better behave himself, eh? You see, yesterday they calling me all kind of name.
Yeah, oh, salty Gemma. He needs you, you know.
I said, I really crack up myself and laugh yet, boy.
I don't know why they don't leave my Gemma alone.
I'm telling you, they have a girl for me and you.
You're telling me that friendship does bother them.
Yes. Aisha?
My love?
Yes, my darling. God bless you, my lady. And don't care what I have to sit down and wait on here till 6 or 7 o'clock, whatever, or you're going to do. I sit down and wait until when you finish, okay?
Thank you so much, Gemma. Thank you for the support, my queen.
Okay.
All the best.
God bless you, my baby.
God bless you too, queen. Let's see who's there. Caller, you live.
Good afternoon, Isha.
How you doing, bro?
Well, I'm taking it one day at a time. Cool, calm, and collected. Locked on and listening. Domestic violence, verbal abuse. All of these things come under one umbrella, Aisha. And it stems from the home. We doesn't see nothing when we use a little obscene language, you know. You just feel like nothing. Although you have some parents don't smoke, and you find that some come out smoking.
But let me ask a question, and this is on my mind. What will cause a man to fly in a fit of rage knowing that children is in the house, his children is in the house, and chop up a woman to kill she boy?
Well, that sometimes is something premeditated, eh? Or you know, they have been taken. You see, the best way to run a relationship, this is my opinion. If something bothers you, sooner than later, find a time and discuss it. If something bothers you, sooner than later, find a time and discuss it. And many of us just withhold that. Sometimes we go to talk about the glass that fall on the ground now, but we start talking from last 6 months. So much things we have been withholding. And men are not rah, 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 like women. I think men are a bit different. Sometimes when they act out, taking, studying from all that they have been through and not talking because sometimes they don't want to go into this quarrel something. You know, you can't win a woman in quarreling. But it boils down to a state of ungodliness.
I don't know if you remember, right? But growing up, for me in particular, I never see my father, and he had 5 daughters with my mother. Never see my father raise his tone, raise his hand, or raise his mouth in front of my mother. I've not seen my father do it. And most times I am sure they had disagreements, because every couple would. Now that I am an adult, I understand that they probably did. But we never see it, you know.
Yeah, so you see, there was a lady that was kicked. I saw it on the television. I don't know if you, as a talk show host, would remember that. A couple of years ago, she was thrown off from a chair. She was kicked by a man. It was bought on Ian Allen. And
I remember that.
And then that woman go and ask back for this man.
I remember that too.
And spend Christmas with her.
I remember that too.
You see, we men, once you see a man don't have some level of Jesus Christ in him, Isha, he is just a male, you know. He is not a man, he's a male. And you have to be careful. There is a difference with pit bull dog and the other species of dog. You must have heard about pit bull dog that bites his own master. And some of them mold somebody in the yard. And it goes on and on. So without God in a man, he don't measure size cut once, you know. He is just like a raging bull. But it is a state of ungodliness. It is something that we need to have some level of God in us. If a man don't have God in him, you better measure twice, not once. I shall look down on this.
Thank you so much, brother. Peace and blessings. Let me play some voice notes.
Isha, good afternoon. I always say all these UNC activists and them Tabakit and Penal and all of them, they like to play smart with foolishness. Hear this stupidness that what he talking and trying to feel he could tie you up with the foolishness. Why Tabakit talk about Anand Ramlogan, Munilal, Watson Duke, all of them before the court. All of them before the court. Ramdeen, all of them. And they're still friend with Kamala. He's trying to mix foolishness. Tabakit. You all feel people foolish, right? All right.
Chairman, darling, good evening. Aisha, you know what has caused that to the question you just asked just now? When the man can't take the abuse no more. And you see the woman mouth? That boy. Aisha, you know it's a bad thing too? it's some men that have been in position to deal with matters like this. Some of them men and them, they're in the closet. There's women, but only in men body, and want to deal with these kind of issues. Holding big position. Them too does contribute to this situation too.
Issue with men and women, right? It stems from a lost generation. The people that we have today, that we look at our figureheads, don't know anything about relationship, marriage, nothing of the sort. So what can they teach our children? The people who absorb all they have learned from these people today, they absorb nothing but negativities. Whining, dining, everything are the negative sort, nothing positive. Because gone are the days, I could question anyone. If you could show any scripture in any religious book, whereas you see any mere perspective abusing any woman or any sort, bring it forward. You will not see any of those. Our moral values, we have lost it.
The lines are open. I am taking your calls. 32 minutes after the hour of 5 o'clock. Let's go. Caller, you live.
Aisha Arima, number one again.
Yes, my brother.
If I ask the question, who is a good man or a good woman? I wonder how the callers will answer that. A good man is someone who agrees with you, who you and him will understand, whether it's the Quran, the Bible, or however, and you grow from there. You know, so sometimes we just have John wife, or sometimes we have somebody that really doesn't match up with us. Because, you know, we're supposed to agree, we're supposed to have a mutual understanding. Otherwise, this thing would just unequal, it wouldn't work out. And verbal abuse, they are great respect. You have some men just like women. You see verbal abuse? If I am to get out of the stable, it's for that reason. But I looked on and listened, Aisha.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let me see what you guys are saying on YouTube. Good afternoon to my YouTubers. So Reginald Rose says domestic violence has a deeper root than many of us choose not to understand, and many more choose not to see. He says we suffer from mainly a cause of domestic violence, and we still refuse to accept the truth and reason behind it. Once we continue to make crime inclusive of domestic violence a gender affair and continue to utilize gender bashing as a means of solving a problem, we will fail. Once we can't see domestic violence as a derivative of a situation that was mainly derived from that same type of continuous verbal onslaught, we have failed. He said if we continue to Europeanize Western culture of pulling down one side of the fence to build the other, it suits to minimalistic Western agenda. Our family life will continue to fall victims. Good afternoon to Maureen Macfield. Joanne Pearwell says, Aisha, your caller said it right. No God in the house. Let me see. Eden Thomas says, Aisha, there is nothing to discuss. Women are too damn hardened. From the first hint of abuse, follow Francie's advice and get the hell out. And of course, Reginald says, the false and fake agendas that were created to destroy, that we graciously and foolishly and blindly follow, will continue to destroy us subliminally, but emotionally and psychologically. Let's play this voice note.
Hello, Aisha. Yes,
Caller, you live.
Aisha, also.
How you doing, bro?
I cool, quiet, humble, little poor but polite, thinking positive, not negative, trying to be cool, calm, and collective. And listening to this topic over here this evening, I just saying, way, boy. Every year is the same thing. But Aisha, where domestic violence start from? Couples be good, living together,
everything good, working. One out of them is say, well, all right, to pick up a little boyfriend outside or pick up a little girlfriend outside. And they're hurting the next one feelings. You feel it easy for a man and a woman to be living together for 15 years. And then all of a sudden, the man get to understand the woman holding him. Well, that will hurt him. Depression might kick in. All that is domestic violence when it starts with a woman for the horny man. Right? Now, when this man depression kick in and this man, I say, well, there's sometimes they really need medical help. You know? Domestic violence start from when it starts, fidelity start. But domestic violence start from when a man kill a woman. You know? That is when somebody needs medical help, and they're getting that medical help. Because when that depression kick in, I say, well, just medical help, they don't know what they're doing. You know? They don't know what they're doing. You know? It's sad to know, well, look, all right, these things taking place in Trinidad and Tobago, and it's taking place so many years, and every year we spending $5 billion in national security, and every year these things going on, over and over. But Isha, let me ask this question. Hello?
I'm here.
Yeah, let me ask this question. When I was small growing up, right, there was a block in front, about 2-3 houses away from me, but that was my neighbors. And I classify them as my neighbors, as my friends. But those guys and them sell drugs. And when I was 12, 15 years, my mother used to always tell me, I don't want you going over there. I don't want you going alive. I say, Mom, well, that is my neighbors and that is my friends. They say, I don't want you going over there. Show me your friend and I'll tell you who you are. Where is that gone? Show me your friends and I tell you who you are. That no more again in human head again. Wow.
Thank you, COP. Let me play some voice notes.
Men, the abuse, there's different kind of abuse. There is verbal abuse and there's physical abuse. And what men do is men take out their frustration on their spouses or wife, right? If they have a bad day at work, they will come home and find fault with the wife. They will find that the house is not kept well, or the food is not well done, or the wife is not pretty enough, and then they will verbally abuse the wife by telling her that she is nothing without him, and she is nobody. So he kind of demonize her so that she don't have confidence in herself, because she figured that she something wrong with her. And then you will have men will come and physically abuse their wife because they cannot control their environment outside of the home. So they come in and they physically abuse the wife by hitting them, giving them black eye, and then ask the wife, oh, darling, I'm sorry, I'm sorry to hit you. That will never happen again. And it continue. So they already have the wife in a position where she don't have confidence in herself. She is so, under his control. And that is what he wants, because in his outsiders, well, he cannot control or tell his boss or tell his friends and things that they will abide by. So when he comes home, he take it out on his wife. And then that lead to sometimes the woman losing their life, because then the woman probably fight back, and then she lose her life. I always tell women, when you have to leave a man, do not tell him nothing. Just pack up and go.
Caller, you live.
Isha, Mr. PNM said.
Yes, bro.
Yeah, man. That woman was now speak down the voice. Don't she speak sense? Because everybody that look at things as a holistic thing, right? For example, abuse is a man will take out physical abuse on a woman. But you have psychological abuse, you have emotional abuse, you have verbal abuse along with others. what happened, it doesn't reach a man getting violent and taking out violent abuse on a woman. What happens most of the time is that it leads up to violent abuse, right? Because, for example, as a caller said earlier on, these things just be, tipping over to come. For example, a woman, most of the time, if you check it out, a woman will have another man, a man will have another woman, and then when they reach home, all in love and the seeing eye to eye and them things, start to go out the window, you start to find faults. How you go to the bedroom full and come down the road? How you go do this? But what is really going on is that they are just taking out the outer love. They start to fall outer love and they start to take it out on the other person on a verbal and an emotional roller coaster. And then after it just start to go from bad to worse. And the difference between a man and a woman, and because I've been in a lot of relationships already, and I can tell you, a woman just go with a man, and from the time they start doing things with a man, they start to get emotionally attached. Whereas a man could have 5 and 6 women and still in love with his wife and show no difference. But from the time a woman starts to love somebody else, it reflects in the home. And that starts to lead up to different things. And then she starts to be irritated by the man she's living with. And it starts to lead from one thing to the other. So it's not a matter just verbal and all of that. People that don't understand is that it's both parties sometimes already need counseling, already to go in and sit down and get counseling and seek professional advice. Explain to people what is happening and get to the bottom of it, because these things don't just come up just so. And I don't just get up and start to stab. But that incident, what we see there, I'm sure it was a built up over a while. Right now it was verbal from the man, showing violence, temperament, or the woman was nagging. It always have a build up, and you need to nip this thing in the bud very early. I shall look on and listen.
Caller, you live.
Good evening as well.
How you doing?
Hello? I am good. This is my first time calling on your program, and I'm liking your topic this evening.
Thank you so much for calling.
Yes, so my own 2 cents to this right there. Isha, women who are in an abusive relationship, now this is my opinion, if you go back and you search their background, their mothers were probably in abusive relationships, their grandmothers and so on. Personally, my grandparents, my grandfather used to hit my grandmother. She came down at my mom's home one time, and she was safe in my mother's house, and my grandfather came with his bad behaving self, and we were kids, and I was like, Granny, stay here. She said, no, I don't want to. I don't want to come here. My grandmother walked out of the house, and he grabbed her and beat her. And I looked at that, and I remember my grandmother going to the police station and making a report. And our wonderful officers, who loved the land, told her, but let your husband go back, go and make it up. Now, clearly, if a woman lived that life, she has children, when is this going to happen? She's going to pass that on, because she doesn't know, she didn't know how to get out of it. She was so programmed that, okay, honey, do so and so, and don't worry. I say for when a man, we are emotional beings as women. When a man don't love you, or he falls out of love, or call whatever, you can be Miss Universe, Miss World, if you have all the money in the house. When a man don't want you as a woman, there's nothing that you can do to make him want you. For me, my take is, I have blockers. I put blockers in place. I've never dealt with a married man. I've never dealt with men who have young children. I've never dealt with a man who would play lash games or tick and so forth. As women, we need to put things in place, okay? And the moment a man, it doesn't even take 3-4 times to say, well, okay, I'm going to leave. From the moment a man put his hand on you, sorry is not enough. You cannot say sorry, you beat me, you abused me, and I want to come and lay in my bed next to me. No, with my thinking, I'm going to pour hot peanuts all down you, on you. And you have to let them know, listen, you can't do that. I am your woman. I am your wife. I have your back. I don't care what is going on outside there. I am not your constant guy. Now, a lot of women, they don't have the strength that I have. Okay? You're not going to put your hand in me and come and lay in my bed and talk about, I love you. That is not going to happen. And Aisha, that is why I am in agreement that Mr. Gary Buford or the government have now passed a law for women to carry firearms. I am in 100% agreement. Because look at what's going on in our country today. A woman cannot fight with a man. Men go out there and they cheat on women and they think they're macho and it's okay. Women go out there and they cheat on men and the men want to kill them. Come on. It takes two to wrangle. It takes two hands to clap. You cannot come and call me out my name. Remember, you came and took me from my father's house. My father never beat me. He never abused me. I have brothers who never put their hand on me. So what makes it right for the man that I decide to share my life with to brutalize me, beat me, cuss me out, embarrass me? Come on.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you, first time caller.
Hi, Isha again. Isha, it is sad for those kids. It is such a sad situation because to see your mother get murdered in front of your eyes, that child will be traumatized for the rest of her life. If she see anybody, let me say she going to live with her aunt or her grandmother and any male relative start to act up and think, she will be so scared because she figure somebody's life may take somebody's life, It's a scary, and I hope they give the strength counseling, It's a scary thing, and men have to think about these things, You have to think about your children because you have to love your kids, I can't think of anybody who don't love the children. You have to love and to do something like that in front of your kids and to leave them without a mother and not without a father. It's a sad situation, really, really sad.
According to the article, my love, the child ran to the neighbor and said, help, help. Daddy killing mommy. 7 years old, 7 years old.
Well, I would like these religious people to not to come and talk about the scripture on your program because the Bible has so much a thing.
Caller, you live?
Hi, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Caller.
Thank you for calling, first time caller.
My 2 cents in.
Yes, come in, first time caller. Go ahead.
I heard a guy say a long time, a friend of his asking, if you sketch a woman in a bed with a man, what would you do? He say, if I love my woman, he say, I can't hurt her. So if you love something, you never try to hurt it. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That is abusive to women. Like the priest who gave his daughter and his concubine to the men, to the group of men to do what they want with she, and then the morning they push she back by his doorstep and she lie down there and died. And I could go on and on about abuse in the Bible for women, against women. So please, you religious people, let me leave all the religion out there because the Bible have a lot of abuse on women that I could read script by script, play by play. Actually, the thing is, again, I would say something. If a woman is abusive to a man, what is stopping the man from leaving? Just like we just say if a man is abusive to a woman, she should leave. What is stop? Why the man know that the woman cut in the ass and he's staying there? Why? She not holding him. She not holding him. And I figure anytime a woman is abusing a man is because she has somebody else that she with. It was only fair and square. So at the end of the day, let me be real. No man shouldn't be saying that a woman abusing him and he's still there. Because I will tell you something. From the time you raise your hand and hit she, and the police come for you, guess who the court giving everything to? From the children go right back. The woman. So even the law she have on his side. So man, if the woman abusing you, Find a way to just pack your bag, smallest bag you could pack, and go and start over your life and leave that woman. Yeah? That's all the advice I want to give to the men who claim to be abused by a woman. I shall have a good day. And again, and in the scripture it say, woman must keep quiet, a woman must not teach, a woman must not speak in the church. Okay? All of that was abuse and punishment onto women, because women didn't have no power. And that's why early days women used to be taken advantage of, because of the same scripture, the brainwash scripture that they give to us to have us abusing our women today. Is all of that is causing, all of that is part of the play, why we don't even know how to treat we women with love and caring and comforting. And at the end of it, I keep telling all you, if we kill every woman on this earth, how the next boy child will be born? There would be no more man if we kill all the women. Because without a woman, a child would not be born. So I'll let it continue talking about the script. I go in from before that. Because before the person who write it, he had to have somebody to learn it from. So the script all they're talking about, I don't deal with that, because that is brainwash scripture.
All right, Brooklyn, go easy. We're getting ready to check out a video of IWER George at Ding Dong's concert. That video is coming up in a short. Let me see if I can get one voice note in before that video.
Aisha, this is a real touchy topic this evening, you know. This is a touchy topic. But Aisha, this thing with man and woman will get worse. You know why? Because like they giving women all the rights now. So women feel that they have the upper hand on man. So they want to say and do all kind of things, because man can't touch them, or anything man do the wrong. So this situation will get worse. And this is the only way man does feel comfortable right now, because the system is a waste of time. The system feeling man real bad. So I feel more men will go down this road too. Unless the system come together and have a level playing field, this won't stop. This will continue.
Well, goodly people, we're going to pause for a cause. Check out this video by IWER George in Ding Dong's concert, and then we'll be right back as we enter the last hour of the program.
Expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
When I went to Panorama, the stage was good. I come back for the mash, bro. The stage was good. If I fucking is carnival, it was good. It was a sing my part. A paradise. But when I come back on Carnival Day, and I hear the big truck start to play, tell them when me at Ding Dong touchdown is trouble. Me say the stage not good again. The stage not good again. Me say the stage not good again. After we jump up again, you know the Georgia trick, man. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. When I went to Panorama, the stage was good. I want to hear them. Everybody know this song. When I went to Panorama, I come back for the marsh grass. Stage was good. Even King's Carnival. Stage was nice. It was a paradise. Keep it low. But when I come back, hold on. But when I come back on Carnival Day, and I hear the big jack start to play, tell them when I was judge and ding dong and humor, tell them it's trouble because you are not good again. Love you.
When you text on the Streets 919 FM, you can win weekly fabulous prizes. Text to win. Using your B-Mobile or Digicel handset, text your name to 9191, which allows you to win. One winner will be selected every Friday at 5 p.m. Listen, text and win. You can also view live streams on Facebook at The Streets 919 FM and YouTube at The Streets 919 FM. Text to win on The Streets 919 FM. The new gold standard in winning is here. Introducing the Scratch $10 million Gold Rush game from NLCB. Strike gold in seconds with 24 chances to win up to an incredible $500,000 instantly. Over $10 million in total cash prizes to be won for just $50. So what are you waiting for? Join in the Scratch $10 million Gold Rush today. Players must be 18 years and older. Please play responsibly.
Nikki, you're looking good.
Thanks. I started running around the savannah.
No. I talking about the view on your TV.
Well, I got a total entertainment makeover from DirecTV. I dress up the living room with big savings, easy installation, and new features. Wait, I'm not looking good too?
Of course, but you could step aside. You're blocking the TV.
Switch to new style of TV with DirecTV. Enjoy quick installation, great packages, fantastic channels, and more. You're looking good with DirecTV. Call 877-4388 to sign up today.
I decided that I would try it once. For some strange reason, it started to work. Because every time I run on hard surface, my left knee as well tends to pain the next day. So I tried it and some miracle it worked.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. Is it your mind or does the product work?
Well, I've been running on the road every day now, and I have no pain in my joints. So it's definitely the product.
So the product works.
Definitely.
Dedicated to our hard-working nurses, Alternative International Comedy Festival. 2 North-South Super Shows. 200 nurses will receive complimentary VIP tickets to Love Non-Stop. By public demand, returning to Naparima Bowl, Saturday, March 13th, 7 p.m. and Sunday, 14th March, Port of Spain, Napa, 5 p.m. On stage, the nation's funniest stand-up comedians and dramatists. All the bacchanal and drama you want. 2 persons on 1 general ticket. Single tickets also available at Napa Box Office and selected JTA and Extra Food supermarkets. TicketGateway.com, Bellini's Drug Mart, Sutton Street, San Fernando. All health protocols will be in effect. For more info, call 774-5555.
Dad, I meet a real nice boy, and he wants to marry me.
Daughter, he working anywhere he could mind you?
He working in the oil.
He working Petrotrin?
No, Dad, he does fry Polari.
Renting a car in Tobago should be quick, affordable, and easy. Wow. Here at Onia Rentals, we make the process as simple as possible by using our easy e-sign-up. Yep, we can sign you up from just about anywhere using our tablets. See? All done. And everything goes straight into the cloud. Yeah, you're on your way. Are you coming to Tobago? Book your car rental with us and enjoy the most affordable rates in Tobago. But hurry, because cars go pretty fast. Call 361-1042. That's 361-1042. One more time, 361-1042. O'Neill Auto Rentals, Tobago, taking you further.
You juice. How about me drink bigger than natural boost? Ginger, lime, and turmeric. Keep away every sickness. Get a bottle of this real spice. And a healthy choice in your life. And And let me drink up the juice. And let me drink up the thing from the roots. And let me drink up the thing from the fruits. The you juice. En route to the ultimate you.
Hi, what's up, TNT? This is Wayne Johnson out of Brooklyn, New York. I always wanted to do something back home, and we're going to be doing our gospel segment on Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM. Listen what I want you to do. Spread the word. Spread the word, TNT.
Salvation, full and free. Salvation is for everybody.
Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
Finally, a line of baking products that caters for the gluten-free, cholesterol-free, egg-free, and dairy-free person. Enriched with sesame, flax meal, and chia seeds. Also try our line of seasonings and spices that are ideal for diabetic, kidney, heart, colon, and hypertensive persons. Perfect for the whole family. Healthy O, the healthier way to go. Find it in a supermarket near you.
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ailing, you can get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the house of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God, God's word, direct from his throne room, in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Now there's a new way to pay your electricity bill.
Quick pay your bills today. Quick pay, it's a whole new way. Online, pay your bill one time. Yes, there is a whole new way to quick pay for your electricity. Yes, they made it easy. Just enter your account number. 4 clicks and it's over.
Introducing Quick Pay, a new service from the Trinidad and Tobago Electricity Commission that lets you pay your bill online with your credit or Visa debit chip card. Just enter the account number and contact information. Click Pay and you're done.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Remember Daniel, we sit up in the lion's den. Somebody, remember Sister Lalaman. Tell them who walk as a wise man. And King David, remember you come out of Babylon. Tell them, who Jah bless. Tell them we say no man curse. Don't matter how hard things get. Almighty God, it should the worst. Yeah, when who Jah bless. Tell them no man curse. Don't matter how hard things get. When Jah carry me through the worst. Remember, Jah never give me more than I can carry. And my journey is so rocky, and the burden is so heavy. Yeah, but through life experience, I let it keep people at a distance. Don't matter how the enemy responds. So let's see me guide and me guide. Yeah. It's been 11 nights, 11 days. Nothing ever burn in me pipe. Nothing's never with me. Babylon, let them cut down all the exchange. Early this, malalamin. Boom. Upon me, them, me have a calalalin. Boom. Somebody tell me, falalamin. Yeah, won't let me live in the city, so me run to the hill until the philosophy. Oh, one way superior and another inferior. The Babylon on the fountain truck. Me is a youth man, me just don't give up. And if you don't like that, Babylon, you don't like that. This seed falling on your ground, plant it up. Me like a volcano, see me ready for erupt. 2006 million is blazing hot. If fire burn you, then try burn it back. You can't burn it back. You can't burn it back.
All right, it's 6 minutes after the hour of 6 o'clock, and you're sending me your voice notes. I am going to play them.
Aisha, is the long time ways of the men coming to pass because they never taught the children, boys especially, that here what horning a woman is not a macho man thing. Right? Horning a woman is not a macho man thing. Because long time, excuse me, men are 4 or 5 women in one village. 10, 20 children all over the place. So they never instill that in the boy children in growing up and tell them always be faithful and committed to one partner. So how we expect the boys and them especially to go the right path? And yes, we women, we mouth is we strength, but that don't give you the right to raise your hand to me. When you raise your hand, you would have been looking for it after. Aisha, women have to stand up and we have to talk to the girl children also, because I see it in young girls, the ones that are going to school are the boyfriend and don't want you to talk to this one and don't want you to talk to that one. So if we don't nip it in the bud and get that long time system that man is the macho, man can't take on, you want to give home but you can't take on. Oh, please. Well, those who horn shall be horn. And ladies, it have a song, I can't remember she name right now, say, dog does run away, cat does run away. Well, woman, why you don't run away too? So keep on running. Aisha, try to let your DJ man get a tune there and play it for we women. Thank you. Oh, Aisha is singing Francie. That's the name of the tune. Let me boy get that and play that for me. Dog does run away, cat does run away. Woman, you could run away too.
Aisha, good afternoon again. The whole thing about this abuse and man abusing woman, woman abusing man, all these things stem from home, how you bring up your children. A lot of these guys who you see abusing women, that's what they see their father doing to their mother. And they feel is the right thing. And anytime you see a woman treating her man in a certain manner, that's how she see her mother treating her father. Now, if you teach your children the right thing from small, this will grow in their head and they will always remember what they were taught from small. You understand? When you have a tree growing up, anyhow you bend that branch, is that direction it's going in. And this is the big problem in Trinidad. Everybody too busy, want to whine and jam and all these things. Them women want to dress up like the young daughters. They can't teach them nothing. That is the whole problem. When I was growing up, my mother and my sisters didn't wear the same thing, all this, and tight pants and all this bacchanal. This is the problem, what happening in Trinidad. When you check Carnival and a woman and a daughter playing in a band and she whining and a man, the daughter whining, little 15-year-old girl, and they're laughing like it's a joke. You don't teach these children these things. You have children live what they learn. And most children, whatever they see in the home, this is what they grow with. If you grow up in a loving home, that's what you will grow up to be, loving and kind to people. But this is not what's being taught to these young people now. If you tell somebody a child was down the road fighting, they curse you out. And that's how Trinidad get now. Ah, Jesus, put a hand.
Aisha, good evening. First point, there are some men who were in relationship with women who were very abusive. And these women were lucky enough to get out of it. And then they see their friend going with the same man. And when they tell their friend, hey, you see that man? No way doing it. I was in a relationship with that man was very abusive to me. Oh, he's jealous, he's jealous, he's jealous, he's jealous. Leave me and my man. You're trying to That is one aspect. And some of them end up with worse than the other women before. The second point, it has some women who go in the police station to make report to. Some of the police officers don't take it serious, they make a visit, they never come back, or they're trying to get with the woman. Next, sometime they end up being the owner man outside, or the same man who being abusive inside. So these are things you have to look to. Women need to listen, and the police officers and them need to get serious. They need professional police officers just to deal with that aspect of it, of domestic abuse.
There is another problem with the caller just outlined there about the counselors. There is another set of problem. Sometimes the counselors have their own problem, and sometimes they're taking it. Sometimes, most of the time, it's female, and they want to take it out on the man because of what's going on in their own house. Another thing too, Aisha, is the age bracket. Sometimes you might have an older couple, and the counselor might be way younger than them. So that is another problem again. So Aisha, you see, right, wrong is problem and stress. Right, wrong. I say, see, listen to that caller. Yes, ma'am. Confession is good for the soul. You see how ignorant the woman and them is? A man sometimes might lash a woman and come back and apologize and make up by bringing roses and doing different things. He may never even hit again after that. But you hear how this woman talk? Lie down next to me and she will throw hot thing at you. Hear? Confession is good for the soul, madam. You have plenty more like them outside the Aisha. You see how the problem is? It's like a circle. He's a stupid man.
Share my input on where the woman is concerned. We don't have enough mature women, elderly women, to teach our young daughters how to become a real woman outside here. Gone are the days where when a man work hard, after he done work hard, he comes home and his wife would greet him, baby, how was your day? Could I hold your bag, put down your tools, pour a glass of water, sit down. Those kind of things, as simple things as calm a man's spirit. And it is hard for a man to come home and be in a house where as he reach home, a woman sits down whole day, does nothing, sit down on her phone, and that is the attitude that these young girls have today, Aisha. Don't get me wrong, it does give the man authority or the right to assault her in any fashion or any form. But we need elderly women who can teach young women today how to become a real woman, how to treat a man. As domestic violence is concerned, the government have their role to play as well. The police service, gone are the days where police services will be counseling couples who have little fist fights or whatever the case of domestic misunderstanding. You know, those officers who have a lot of tact, who could say, gosh, go and make a little love to your woman, man, do it to your woman, man, and those kind of things. All we have officers today who actually, when they reach the home, the domestic home, they approach the gentleman with an aggressive manner, which would only agitate that individual. And we need proper training for our police officers as well.
Caller, you're live.
Hi, Aisha.
How are you?
First time caller.
Thank you for calling. I got a lot of first time callers today.
Aisha, I love you. I love you. I love you. I just recently moved down to Trinidad, maybe about 10 years ago from New York. So I did it in reverse. I'm a born American living down here, and I love it.
Well, I'm happy that you're with us. Really, really happy.
Yes. But Aisha, a lot of people don't want to say the true, really, the truth. And I'm speaking from experience, right? Sometimes these women out here need to take ownership on how we treat men. Sometimes you get in an argument with your man for whatever reason. And you get so upset with him that you throw things at him, you smack him. What you think? He not supposed to hit you back? Anybody else can put their hands on you and you not hit them? No, it got to go on both ways. Aisha, I'm locked on and I'm listening. Love y'all.
Thank you so much, Queen. Have an awesome, awesome evening. Caller, you live?
Hey, beloved sister.
How you doing, brother?
I'm missing you.
I miss you too, bro.
I miss you too. You're better day holding on in this year time. I see so much of desperation going on. You know I can't bash my sisters and them. If it would be my greatest since anytime I start to bash my sister and them. So them man and them got to pull up this up and know what time it is. Let go them daughters and then let them live. Let them overstand. Before they fall short of all the glory, don't blame the daughters for the wicked. You don't know, Isha.
Thank you, brother. Blessings and peace. Blessings and peace. Let me get some more voice notes
for
in.
you and the brethren, you and them sons and them of your teeth, them, you know.
Thank you so much, bro. I will.
Isha, good afternoon to you and to your listeners. Absolute rubbish. Absolute rubbish. That's how I would describe it as. I know of men who went to school, who was brought up into the best of homes, most of all, who are devout Christians, right? And they are, right? They literally, and I got involved in a similar situation just about 2 weeks ago, where the quote-unquote Christian supposedly was beating his wife. That's one, right? Two, we have young women, right, who literally, some of them, if not all of them, provokes men into actually lashing out, right? But I do believe that everything we do as individuals in life, be it man or woman, is by choice, right? Because there are men who grew up, as I said, who literally grew up never seen their mother hit their father, never seen father hit mother, or anything like that, and they still end up being woman beaters, right? The thing about it is that you have a choice to make in life. You have a choice to make, right? And I at times this becomes so appalled by hearing men say, women being abused and this and that, and men being abused and there's nothing to be said. Yes, the strength of a woman is her mouth, but the Bible also says it is better to be on a rooftop than to be with a dripping faucet, right? I also believe that men are a product of what they see in their homes as well. Again, it's by choice, right? And young ladies don't make the choice. They don't choose properly. I keep saying and I keep hearing, and I hear the Prime Minister use the statement, choose your men wisely. Young ladies, if the man ain't working somewhere and you seen the man ain't going to add to your life, then what you doing with a man like that? Come on. You don't need a man to uplift you. You need to set standards for yourself, right? And women, I make no apologies for saying this. Women, there's lower the standards. There is lower the standards, and that is something women have to stop. Stop lowering your standards for what? For just a piece of sex? It don't make sense. Come on, ladies.
Your voice note just now. Mr. Man, woman is not slaves, Mr. Man. A woman is not a slave to a man. A woman should be home waiting for a man to come home. Today's woman working, making their own money, doing things. If you're in a relationship, well, we both making money, because when you're married, it's not no you making your own money and I making my own money. We're making our money together as a family, so we're building our foundation in order to build our structure, which is when children come in. If you know that you have a girlfriend and she lazy, what the hell you keeping she for? For she to become your wife, and you know she was lazy when she was your girlfriend. So you see all them nonsense contribution about, and the next one too, if a man hit a woman and he come and say sorry, you had no right hitting no damn woman. You would like people to hit your daughter? You would like to see a man beating your daughter? No, you go kill him. But you want to be okay to hit a woman and then say sorry. I against that. You hear, Marie? He is my friend, but I against that. We need to know woman. None. If you reaching the point to hate she, just walk away. Plenty woman out there. Unless he's a real ugly man and none don't want you. One who just leave the voice note or the call, who say woman hitting man, and Miss Lady, a woman would never hit a man, and the way the man will hit she back would be the same. Number one. And anytime a woman with a man where she can reach to hitting him, he's not a real man. He's not doing his job as a man. He's not taking care of her as a man. We know our women have lost the way, especially the younger ones. But you see, when you get a good woman, she would never reach to the point to put her hand on you. Sorry, but if that the kind of woman all they deal with, or they should know what time it is from just in girlfriend-boyfriend relationship.
Any abuse of women need to be condemned to the highest level. A woman's body is something sacred, and any man violating a woman's body, it must be not tolerated and be not accepted. Rape, that is something which could never be forgiven. When you rape a woman, you violate that woman's right. You take away her dignity. So I would say raping a woman, that of itself is something terrible. Any abuse of women need to be condemned. Rape need to be condemned. If you marry a woman and that woman say no to you, that would be considered rape. And we cannot bury our heads in the sand by any means necessary. As long as you hold a woman against her will, that is rape. And rape in our society must be condemned.
Brooklyn, I was just joining a reference, but I didn't mean that, that it's right for a man to do that. I was just joining a reference.
Miss Wells, good afternoon. I realize that the women on your program, they're real bitter. They're real bitter. I mean, yeah, I understand that some of them have the issues and some of them might have the experiences. But what about the man who going through the experience, you understand, and he not violent, he just humble. So what you say about him? I mean, Miss Wells, I'm not giving man right and all clear to do what it is they're doing, you know. But I just asking, what about the man who have the shoe on his foot now? So what is happening with he? What support line for him?
Hello, Isha. I think Barataria, he trying to make excuse for men that who abuse the woman or the wives. There's no excuse for any spouse to abuse their other spouse. So to make excuse, well, everything, the court is for the woman and the men have no say. Men have all the power, right? The man has all the power. So to make excuse about, because of the woman frustrating or is the cause of the man abusing her, that's Bataria. I don't know what to say about you, because the way how you speak is like, okay, it is the woman's fault. No, there's some women who in such a toxic environment that they and psychologically being so abused is that they can't get out of the situation. The woman don't have to do anything. Because I know women who are very church going, they don't be in anything, right? and the husband comes home and beat on her and do her all kind of stuff and threaten her and tell her if she leaves him what he going to do, right? Kill her. So saying that, well, because the woman horned this, there's a woman that don't do no such thing and still being abused. So you make an excuse for men for beating their wives or killing them. It's, you know, it tells you about the person, right? So, you know, there is no excuse for both men and women to abuse their spouse, right? Because they all want, it's all about control, controlling the person, dominating the person, right? You know, you my mine, you cannot do it, you have to listen to me, you have to go by my rules. This is what is going on in some of these toxic relationships. It's all about control, controlling the person. Thank you.
All right, remember we have a short break to take in a while. And we're going to be doing that in a short. We're checking out a video by Patrice Roberts Tender. You know, Patsy does her thing, right? So we're going to be taking that in. And when we come back, we enter the last half hour of the program. Let me see if I can get one more voice note in before I do this.
Isha, we need to open a school to teach men and women how to love what is love. We have to teach men. When last you see a young man carry a rose for a young girl, say, well, all right, let me take you out to wine and dine you, walk on the beach, something like that. When last you see that? Aisha, I get all of that from my husband, you know. We used to walk on the beach where we just call niggas, babe. Well, now we can't walk, we got drunk off. You understand? We used to walk on the beach holding hands. When last you see that, you not seeing that. They forget how to woo a woman. And sometimes some women as women too, but I should have not my feel. I let the man woo me. You understand, Aisha? When last you seen that, you not seeing that. You come in and say, babes are coming and pick you up, we going moonlighting, all that. You not seeing that at all. And I think we really need a school to train the young men and the young women. We can't leave out the young women.
All right, people, we're going to check out Patrice Roberts' video, Tender. Stay with us. We will be right back. Let's go.
You are my everything, and I'm gonna do anything to put that on everything. Oh, for you, get up. If I give you all my love, and would you treasure? Would you cherish it and never let me know? Cause you're not gonna find someone to love you better. Oh, if I want it there for certain, start to dance to love. I will love you tender, tender, tender. Make I will love you tender, tender, tender. Make I will love you tender, tender. Oh, tender. I love you eternal, eternally, eternally, eternally. I love you eternally. Hey, oh my love you eternally, 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 eternally. Everybody who locked on. If you believe in love, hold your part on this. I swim the deepest ocean to show my devotion. You know, send me open like a window, my love. I go all I wanna for you. You know, send me feel you. Baby, nobody that good. Oh, nah, nah. If I give you all my love and would you treasure? Would you cherish it and never let me know? Cause you're not gonna find someone. Oh, if I want thing there, hold your partner and dance. They can't go love you. 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 My love is eternal, eternally. I love you for eternally. Oh, my love is eternal, eternally. Sing it up. Strength of a woman, good night. To everybody who've locked on, I love you. I see everybody who locked on. Everybody, I see you. If you believe in love, show me some hearts in your comments right now. This is a very emotional stage for me right now. Because right now, we'd have been so much performance. We'd have been in so much stress. And this is the time I get to connect with you right here. But if you believe in love, stretch out your hands like this right now. Give me the verse. Stretch out. Out from the deepest ocean to show my devotion. You know, set me open like a window, my love. I go all for you. You know, set me feel you. Baby, that body, they good. Oh. Nada, if I give you all my love, it would you treasure? Would you cherish it and never let me know? Cause you're not gonna find someone to love you. Dance in love right now. Start to dance with me. They can't go love you, tender. 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 Oh, tender. I love you eternal, eternally. I love you eternally. Hey, oh, I love you eternally. I love you for eternally. All my fans, love. You give me plenty love. All my fans give me plenty love. Everybody give me plenty love. Plenty my love.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282 or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
When you text on the streets 919 FM, you can win weekly fabulous prizes. Text to win. Using your B-Mobile or Digicel handset, text your name to 9191, which allows you to win. One winner will be selected every Friday at 5 p.m. Listen, text, and win. You can also view live streams on Facebook at The Streets 919 FM and YouTube at The Streets 919 FM. Text to win on The Streets 919 FM.
You juice. And when me drink, me get a natural boost. Ginger, lime, and turmeric. Give away every sickness. Get a bottle of this orange spice. And make a healthy choice in your life. And let me drink up the juice. And let me drink up the thing from the roots. And let me drink up the thing from the fruits. The you juice. En route to the ultimate you. Hi, Trinidad and Tobago. This is yours truly, Pastor Charles, streaming live from Port of Spain, Trinidad, Marval Road, 91.9. Every Wednesday from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning. I tell you, we are going to have a T-I-M-E time in the presence of God. We will be praying, praise God, for our nation. We'll be praying for families. We'll be praying for those that are sick and those that are in need. Tune in to the best station, 91.5 FM Street Live, Port of Spain, Marava.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in Sangre Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. On Sundays, Ministry of Worship, Children's Hour, and the Word. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation. On Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call at 753-1113 or 239-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
Finally, a line of baking products that caters for the gluten-free, cholesterol-free, egg-free, and dairy-free person, enriched with sesame, flax meal, and chai seeds. Also try our line of seasonings and spices that are ideal for diabetic, kidney, heart, colon, and hypertensive persons. Perfect for the whole family. Healthy O, the healthier way to go. Find it in a supermarket near you.
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ailing, you can get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God, God's word, direct from his throne room, in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
We are back. 20 minutes to the top of the hour and a ton of voice notes coming in. Everyone is enjoying this conversation. Let's go.
Ma'am, the court system that you're referring to, yes, that is how it is. That is how it is. The man have no say. The court system against man. Probably it wasn't in Trinidad long enough to realize that. But I am telling you that the court system is against men. Isha, some of these women break out too early, so some of them wasn't prepared for life. And that is why you see it having so much problem with women and men too. All of that is part of it. I said maybe you must do a show with women at what age you lose the virginity. Between 14 to 18.
All right, interesting topic. Caller, you live.
Hello?
Yeah, you get through. What's going on?
Yes. Good afternoon, Mr. Isha Wells.
Good afternoon.
Right, I'm calling from Point. So, tell, it's a good topic. People tell the truth. It's a man and woman, that's lady. You know what? Women, as the man say, when our husband comes from work, you don't greet him, yes, they say that. And some women just test the man to see where any makeup. And when you fail, it's pressure. You they taking this thing for months, years, and a day gonna break. Same likewise for the men. So some of them stop dancing and playing it nice and saying, tell the truth, some women are lady. I want to see.
Here what I'm doing, I'm coming back to Trinidad and I'm opening my own business. I'm bringing a unit. I'm bringing a unit, a task force to deal with men who are abusing the woman, men who beating the wife or beating the girlfriend and doing them all kind of thing. I bring in a unit to come and pick them up. All the woman have to do is call. We have like a hot number where you call, and once you call, first we run an investigation and we want to catch the man in the act. We want to catch him putting the hand on she. And when we take you, crap will smoke your pipe. That's what I want to do in Trinidad and Tobago. I wonder if Gary Griffith and them willing to bring a unit like that to deal with the abuse on women. Because enough is enough. I fed up with it and I tired of it. When I hear woman head cut off and woman get shoot a woman, a woman get chopped up, a woman get stabbed up, it is real hurt me. Because I really love my woman. Because I know woman is like the best thing in the world for me right now. No? Because without them, it wouldn't be no me. I keep saying it. Let Tobago know that I just do that all the time. Let Tobago know that. Mr. Tobago, and I wasn't trying to mash up your evening. I was just, you like to pelt shots at Brooklyn and the basement. So I just start off with you a little bit, So don't take it personal, Mr. Tobago. All you could do is talk to me and I would pay for you to go to the party. But again, he was doing the best thing. He was making money. Mr. Tobago, have a good evening. We just do it. This is radio friendly. It's not radio enemy. So I love Mr. Tobago, so don't feel no how, right? And I am for the woman. And you as a woman, so respect Mr. Tobago and don't feel no how. Don't take it personal when Brooklyn come at you. You know how you just come at Brooklyn when they're ready.
Caller, you live.
Well, I'm sure we winding down now. Yeah, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, we winding down. So every caller that call in, we are giving our personal experience. This is how we see it, But on my side, how I seen it is that a caller calling earlier and say, yes, we women, our mount is our strength. And women they say, yeah, boy, nah, boy, I had was the last she, boy. Nah. Say, yeah. But when we go before the court, she say, my honor didn't do him anything. I'm saying again that verbal abuse is as dangerous as physical abuse. And no side, man or woman, should be verbally abusing each other in a relationship. Unless they don't look at those kind of things, we men and women need counseling. Trust me, Isha Welch. Locked on and listen, waiting out for you tomorrow, please God.
Thank you so much, my brother. I'm always pleased to be here alongside you guys.
Aisha, let me give some men and some women advice. Gone are the days when women home only making house and cooking and whatever. The younger women now and the younger men now are not taught. When you got a woman in a house, everything in that house is 50-50. You can't just sit down and the woman cleaning, cooking, and doing everything, and you just sit down and expect everything to be done. The woman might be working. You have to help the woman help you. The woman have the children to see about and everything, and this is what causing the problem. This is what a lot of the older folks teach their girl children and the boy children. I got girl children, and I often tell them, whenever you bring a guy home and he's not assimilating with your brothers and your sisters, something is wrong with him. I told my son, do not go out there and messing up female. I say when a female get into you, which means her heart is into it. And most time, men head is into it. And they're not considering when that woman gets serious with you, her whole heart is in it. And then they don't want her. And all hell kind of break loose. So first thing I teach them, check your friend home, how they were brought up. And you will have no problem.
Isha listening to this caller, but I had was to come in. But sweetie pie, it goes all both ways. Why it is not when the man come home from a hard day and I home with the children and them and he not asking me, babes, how was your day? How things? He not doing that, but I must always tell him, babes, how was it? They rub your foot. When the both of we could rub one another foot, everything, and talk about what went on for the day and have a little laugh with that. It goes both ways, but I hearing you, I really hearing you.
Brother Cole, you contradicting yourself. You don't yourself know that. You're talking about parents who never lash their child, each other, that their child still come out abusive. Yet still, yes, you're talking about influence in the home or influence. You're contradicting yourself, brother, okay? I just been drawing a point that people think of. A lot of times people think general for love. Love and generosity is two different things, okay? Generosity might be determined as kindness. Sometimes people feel money is everything. But, you know, you're loving somebody because of money. But sometimes ambition is even bigger than money. Somebody's ambitious. You know, another thing is attention. Most women like to have attention, a man's attention. Most men like to feel appreciated. Understanding a woman's mood, her menopause, her, periods and her monthlies. Mind and body is totally different than a man. And once a man could understand and be educated and informed about the woman's psychological makeup and emotional makeup and spiritual makeup, and it goes both ways, that spiritually it is an important thing, not only chemical.
Caller, you live.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, as you close, I wouldn't be long. One thing I want to say this afternoon. When you violate a woman's body, a woman's rights, you see, when you rape a woman, that stigma, that woman, she would have lost everything. And it is something serious. If you marry to a woman and you go home at night and that woman say she do not want to have sex, and you have sex with that woman, you consider that rape. And any rape victim, if you talk to them, if you interview them, I think sometime last year you had a couple interviews. And to me, that is the worst thing can be committed to on any woman. You see, rape, that is, here am I, to describe it, I'm not a woman. But if you talk to a woman who would have gone through that, that woman sometimes is like she living in an island where there is no human being. And I want to condemn any abuse of women, especially rape, is a violation against a sister, a daughter, a mother. As I take my leave, people, hate, provoke, but say what you want. When you rape a woman, you violate that woman's rights. You take away all her rights. And I condemn rape in any part of the world. Anywhere, any woman's rights been taken away. And anybody who tell me they're going to support that because who the person are, Tabakit is saying, shame on you, out and off.
All right, guys, we're hitting home stretch right about now. Just a few more minutes left of the program. Let me see if I can get some more voice notes inside.
Isha, that's one of the reasons why Trinidad women lost in the men too, you know. I come up in a taxi and a man in a car, both saying he leave his wife and he not going back. The wife keep begging him and he not going back. He say when he leave in the morning, his wife have on nighty and colors. And when he come home from work, she have on the same nighty and colors. He say with his Spanish now, when he leave in the morning, she have on nighty and colors. And when he come home in the evening, she have on something sexy. She rubbing his shoulder. Papi, you okay? Papi, how was your day? Rubbing his foot. His food on the table. Smoke coming out his food. With everything separate. Meat separate from this and that and the other. So, you see, Aisha, it always have a cause and effect. Brooklyn, I hear with your planner. But it will be nice if you have it both ways. One for man and one for woman. Don't just single out the men alone.
Sure, I know you're closing off now, but let me tell you something, Aisha. It's even harder now because here what's happening. Some of these women, like for instance, my wife, I could use me as example. She work from home, right? Because she actually computer and thing and she work from home because since the pandemic started, she work from home. Now, you know the children have homeschooling, and it's 4 I have. So imagine you working from home as a woman and you had to deal with 4 children in school. The two older ones could do their own schooling, but the 2 younger ones need help. I go to work. You think it's right for me to come and cuss my wife and tell she why she ain't cook something and she... Wait, let me hold up. I as a man, I want to go home and start bubbling one time, Aisha. You know that too, because Paul no cooking on Facebook, right? How heck, it's 2 hands clap. She educated my kids whilst I at work. She helped. She doing the best things she, anybody in the world could do. Why should I go home after she done such a good job to make sure that my kids got proper education because I had to go out and work and I couldn't do it to go and cause she. I tell you, it's the understanding, the lack of understanding and knowledge and knowing how to have a family is what we lacking. We lacking that as African people because they're sending we backward. After slavery, they start pushing we backward and not continuing going forward.
All right, people, this is where I leave it today. We have Charles Marshall on the inside. Check out this video from Charles. Let's go.
Bad man like to party too. They must so confident. Hot to mix so party too. They must so confident. If you feel like you can't get through. Hey, all the vex and war hate you. Yo, boop, and away we go. Time to kick off the greatest show. Anywhere we go. Can't just wipe anything like could be rain or snow. That could never stop what we do. Pull it up again. Me and my friends, we going up till the end. We going. Hey, chat power them calling way. Hey, hey, 24 hours in one day. We going. Hey, chat power them calling way. We going all day. 24 hours in one day. Some of it touch down in a day. One caliber like when we touch down in a day. It's hot, girl. Some of it touch down in a day. Girl, touch from everything complete. Push down in a day. Mass and call them. Time to kick off the greatest show. Now this one, anything like whoa. That could never stop what we do. Pull it up again. Me and my friends. Let me go. We going all day. Chat power them calling way. 24 hours in one day.
Enagic change your water, change your life. Enagic water purifier, one machine, 5 types of water. Enagic makes strong Kangen water with an 11.5 pH. Kangen water with 8.5 to 9.5 pH, healthy drinking and cooking water. Clean water with 7.0 pH. Beauty water for skin, hair, and plants with a 6.0 pH. Strong acid water with a 2.5 pH. This water is known to disinfect, kill viruses and bacteria. Listen to the Street 919 FM with Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday from 11:05 a.m. to noon and every Wednesday from 8:05 p.m. to 9 p.m. as he talks to you weekly about how to improve your quality of life through purifying and drinking water. For more information, call or WhatsApp Pastor John at 516-286-7079.
Dedicated to our hard-working